Welcome back to the channel, and in this one we have some special guests today from Ninja Alerts, and one of them you recognize from the community in VeVe. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive in and introduce them. Welcome to the video here. Thank you guys for coming on to the channel. Yeah, Chris, if you want to go ahead and start it off and introduce yourself, who you are, and yeah, go ahead and take it away.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Chris. I have my own channel as well. Kyle and I go way back. Downloaded VeVe in March 2021. I'm an active NFT trader, not just on VeVe, but across platforms. And Kyle, thank you for the opportunity today. I know this isn't our first time. Matter of fact, we've met on live a couple of times. So of course, it's always good to see you again. But yeah, Chris Coffee.
No doubt, man. Ken, what about you, man? I want to hear more
Yes.
from Ken, man, because we know Chris. We've been watching the videos, especially the
We don't
VeVe
care about
community.
Chris.
We
Don't
want to
care
hear
about
about
Chris. We
Ken,
don't.
man. And Ken, what's up? What's up with you?
Yes, I'm OX Kennedy, of course, and I'm formerly known as Gutter.eth or Gutter. So a lot of people know me Gutter because I got into the NFT space by basically buying a Gutter Cat Gang NFT, and I've been riding with them since. I was first on VeVe in March, around the same time you got into VeVe. I still have a few things in my VeVe wallet, which I got to figure out how to sell right about now. But yeah, I'm very thank you, Kyle, for having us, man. I'm so glad to be here. I remember you being on our show, and I see your setup now. It makes more sense that your setup is good on your show as opposed to starting on us on our show. So it feels better now. But thank you for having us, man. I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. And yeah, you might want to hold on to those VeVe NFTs for a minute. Yeah, I don't know. We might pull a bull market eventually, and they might be worth a lot more then. But anyways, let's get some alpha on Ninja Alerts. What is it? What is it about? How long have you guys been using it? So for those of you guys that are just new to the channel, maybe you haven't heard about Ninja Alerts. Ninja Alerts is a tool to use to monitor, transactions and all that good stuff. So it kind of gives you this like bird's eye view, what's happening in the NFT marketplace, like OpenSea and things like that. So you can make educated decisions. But let's hear it from the experts. Does one of you guys want to like explain kind of what Ninja Alerts is better than I can, and let our viewers know what it's all about and how long you guys been using it yourself personally and everything like that?
Yeah, that was a great introduction to what Ninja Alerts is. I've been kind of somewhat actively using it for really the last like 4 months, but I did mint it back in, what was it, August, November. I don't remember the exact month that it came out. I minted it then, wasn't as active. Now I'm super active. You did a great job at explaining it, but one of my favorite features is really just following your friends. Like, I follow Ken, he follows me, so we always call each other out on our show for minting
Oh
dumb
yes, we
stuff or
do.
buying dumb stuff. So it's kind of just one of those fun things that like you can follow your friends, and as soon as they buy something, you're able to see when they buy it. So like, I know a lot of people on this channel probably are involved with VeVe. So every once in a while, like I'll see one of my friends on the market and like I'll poke fun at them, like, wow, I can't believe you're flooring that collectible. So, but instead of that, if it were to translate into VeVe, it would literally be every single time they sold an item or bought an item, it would automatically show me that they did so I can give them a hard time. But of course, there is like rankings as well. So there's rankings of like the top 1,000 best traders, and we have a lot of those on our show that we do. And so that's realized profits. So that's people who trade consistently, realize, and they get that top 1,000 list. And you can follow them directly. And then they have different influencers like Gary Vee, Steve Aoki. There's a ton of big influencers on there that you can also follow them. And then known wells, you can follow known wells. So it has those profiles, and it's kind of like a sort of like a social media profile to where it says like
A
who they
leaderboard.
are, what they do, what rank trader, if they are on the rank traders list, and all that. So yeah, that's kind of the overview of it. And then there's like a trending page that we look at all the time. That is basically what is the most minted, the most bought, most sold, and who's minting it, who's buying it, and who's selling it.
No doubt. Yeah, so I just showed the demo for everybody out there, just an overview of exactly what you're talking about when you were talking. What about you, Ken, man? How long have you been using Ninja Alerts? What have you noticed that has helped you with your NFT trading and things like that?
Well, I've been using Ninja Alerts pretty much the same since Chris has been using it. I've been using it for like more actively for the last 4 months because before that, I never really tracked or followed whales because I felt like they always had way too much money. They had enough money just to throw at whatever, every single thing, and at the end of the day, they're still gonna make profit if one of them hits. But I don't have that cachet until I started doing Ninja Alerts and got smarter about the people that I do follow. So a lot of people we have on our show again is the top 1,000 realized profit. So they're buying and selling. Most of them are paper hands. I'm not gonna lie, but they're buying and selling. Talking to them, you could get so much knowledge as to why, like what research they've done. Like, is this just a DGen play, or they just gambling, or did they see that this is gonna flip? And most of them generally know when things are gonna flip. So that's what I've really taken away from Ninja Alerts is to select the wallets. The not you can't just follow everybody because a lot of whales buy and sell all day. They buy everything, literally
Yeah.
everything they buy. But you got to select the ones that consistently make smart decisions. And that's why I started using the trends or the feed page on Ninja Alerts, and that really helped me out because when I see a certain wallet buy something, then I look more into it. Like, why is he buying this? Who else is buying this? Then I do my research, due diligence, real fast, and then I know, okay, I should be buying this because it's going up. So that's basically what I've been using Ninja Alerts for. Like, it helped me create like smart wallets, not just all wallets, the
So,
smart ones.
so who is, before we get into like the details and the nitty gritty, but who's your favorite people to follow that like are consistent, you would say, and that like your top like three favorites, if you will?
My top three, my top he's in my top three. JJ or Jen Jeng Bang is what his name is, and he's been on the show quite a few times. He's like one of the smartest guys I've ever come across in this NFT space. Like he goes, like, I thought I was doing research until we had him on the show, and then he just blew my mind. His Discord doesn't look like your Discord. It just looks a whole different. Like, it was insane the amount of level these guys get through. And there's most people from the MVHQ club, which is the private alpha group, that sometimes they know how to, I don't want to say they know how to exploit some contracts, but sometimes they get the information first of whatever exploit is going on, and they could possibly profit of something super hype. So most of those guys are, a lot of them are ranked top 1,000. I'll be honest with you, and this is off realized, not like people that are diamond hands. Like, let's say Franklin. Franklin is bored. He has a whole bunch of apes. He should be a millionaire, but he doesn't. He doesn't sell. But realized profit, which is the top 1,000, they buy and sell. They know when to get in and they know when to get out. Even in the bear market, a lot of them are still winning. So JJ is probably one of my top. Whenever he goes into something, I look more into it. Jake and Bake is another one. Another guy called Dizzy.eth. He's another one. So there's quite a few people that I follow that when they get in, there's got to be a reason why. So
So we may put your top favorites, like your top three, in the description below. But you have to go and get Ninja Alerts first, right? But Chris, what about you, man? What's your kind of favorites, and what do you look out for?
Uh, I definitely agree. JJ is my number one, man. Kyle, I know you're very interested in NFT gaming, and like JJ's your man. Like, he's like huge in NFT gaming. If there's any kind of alpha on NFT gaming on any chain, JJ's there. His like Ken said, his Discord doesn't look like our Discord. He's got like a modded Discord that just like looks nuts, and it's just like one of those people you
looks like
picture
my
with like
Discord now,
like,
Chris.
like
I
five
started
like
implementing his stuff. My Discord look kind of crazy now, Chris.
yeah, like it's like he has like 5 different screens, man. Like it's nuts. But he does hours of research on almost every play unless he's like supporting his friends. And I'm sure he'll like DJ men every once in a while. So like he's the dude. He made the night of Other Side Deed while everybody was losing money on gas. He made 100 ETH that night. Like he found out how to control the contract to optimize gas. He helped other people do it, so it wasn't just like, oh, I'm the only one that do it. He posted on Twitter how to navigate it. Bought the right one and sold it like a couple hours later. Made 100 ETH in one night. So like JJ is like the man.
Yeah.
Grifton.eth. He is more on the whale side, $2 million in realized profits. over the last not even year yet, because I think he's really started heavily like later, like around August or November of last year. Grifton, I like following him because he finds degen plays early. So like if I see him aping into something, I might like try to follow him in. And that doesn't always work out because, like Ken said, some whales they can buy 100 things and not blink an eye. Whereas like if I'm left back holding one, I'm just like, oh gosh, I just lost some money, you know?
Yeah, man, totally.
Yeah.
I followed Gary V a little bit and AJ, but they were like you said, they were just buying like everything. It wasn't like
Yeah.
they're degenning hardcore. It was more like they're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. But they legitimately do like some of the art projects that they aren't like speculating on. They just want to either give away to their audience or they just want to support the artist. So it is something to those little nuances. But I will put those few people that you follow in the description as well. But yeah, can you tell more about the background of Ninja Lures? Because I know like people are like, who built it? Are they docs? Like, what's the alpha on that?
Yeah, Trevor is the founder of Ninja Alerts, and he is doxxed.
He's super doxed.
But who's Trevor?
Yeah.
Like people want to know who's Trevor.
At CO on Twitter at CO. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's his background? Like there, I
He
know.
works for Stacks.
Are we talking about
Like,
Trevor BC or from VeVe or you know what I mean? So we got to learn
I got
not
you.
that Trevor. We're talking about Trevor from Stacks. And could you talk about that?
BTC.
Yeah, Trevor.btc. You can look him up in his LinkedIn profile. You know, I'm not going to go over like everything about him like on air, but he is doxxed already,
Right.
and he does work for Stacks.
Stacks is a big deal. Like Stacks is a big deal. That was the initial reason why I got into Ninja Alerts.
Really?
I was like,
I didn't realize that.
Really?
yeah, because I'm always about who's behind making the software. Because I come from the software as a service space, and I'm pretty well versed in knowing which softwares are going to do really well based on like the team behind it. And when I saw Trevor was behind it and Stacks, I know what Stacks was previously before. But when I saw them building out this software, that got me like really interested. And I was like, oh, they're going to build a legit software and it's going to be obviously super resourceful and the UI is probably going to be really well done as well. So do you guys know anything about Stacks or could you guys maybe spill a little beans on that just real quick?
Well,
I don't know.
from
You got it, Ken.
No, from what my understanding, Stacks is pretty much a layer on like a second layer on Bitcoin, which is kind of strange because you can't really trade on Bitcoin because it's a currency. But they kind of have they call it 1.5 layer because it has its own blockchain kind of. So it's 1.5 layer on top of Bitcoin. The one thing I really like about Stacks, from what I'm hearing, is that when you do stake your STX, you get 10% back in Bitcoin, like the Bitcoin.
Yeah,
so that's big. Like,
and I think they're
10%.
associated, yeah, and like their first original NFTs, I think are worth pretty significant. I mean, I was looking at those and it's like the first NFTs on Bitcoin. That's kind of a big deal. Like that's not like something to just ignore. That's like historical right there. So I don't know. Is what they're doing. I think is really cool. You know, the extra additional layer, like we know from the VeVe community, Immutable X. So in terms of Stacks, it's kind of like that. I think it's more a little bit like at the beginning stages, but they're still developing those, just developing Stacks further out. But anyways, like it's legit, and I thought it was really cool. But yeah. So back to Ninja Alerts. Like, what are some other topics you guys want to explore with Ninja Alerts?
I do want to mention real quick that I actually didn't know that the first NFTs until like last month were actually built on Bitcoin, and that like really surprised me because I thought, yeah, I always hear like of like Crypto Kitty kittens and like some other ones that claim to be the first, but what is it? The Curio cards were actually the first are built on Bitcoin, which were the first NFTs. I learned that at a conference last month, so that was like completely new to me. And then I think the Pepes were like super OG as well. I don't know what year they came out, but yeah, that was really mind blowing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Pepe's were NFTs though, were they? I thought they were just memes on the internet.
I guess maybe they're on some of the cards. I know at that conference they were talking
okay.
about that they were like super like.
Was Curio? I thought Curio was on ETH, and then the first.
I thought so too.
Yeah, because the first.
Chris is bullshit.
No, I'm serious.
No, yeah, I think
later there's some type of cards that were the that were the first NFTs that were on Bitcoin from the conference that I attended. Because I thought that the first NFTs were on ETH, and I didn't
You
realize that
you
that was
you could
for
be
some
right about something like that, but I think like in terms of like a fully like done NFT, it's pretty much Ethereum because you can put like a static image. You can like pretty much just blast everything, have all the metadata like on the blockchain all at once
yeah.
with ETH. But I think Bitcoin or whatever was probably limited, I would assume, because you can only put so much data. It wasn't originally built for that, right? It was built
That makes
for
sense.
just being a layer one and kind of currency, if you will. So
So did they have the big debate that we have now? Were they really NFTs if they didn't have?
I don't know. I didn't even, NFTs blew up like along, in 2017, 2018, crypto kitties. I didn't get it. So I was like, I'm just going to keep collecting crypto. That was my thoughts about the whole situation. So now you have like NFT scholars and like historians. They're like
Oh
curio
yeah,
cards, like, ooh,
yeah.
crypto
NFT
skulls.
relics. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
there's people that actually collect these old. They just call it NFT relics now. They actually just collect like the old things that supposedly were first before CryptoPunk era. So
Mhm.
yeah,
I mean,
there's
look at
people
CryptoPunks.
that do
Like,
that.
there's not much utility there. You're more so like buying history.
Yeah. CryptoPunks is one of the OG collectible or NFTs. Crypto Skulls technically I think was before CryptoPunks. Then you have CryptoPunks V2. Did you guys see about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was trending like a week
Yeah.
or two ago, right? People just started buying it out of nowhere.
I'm surprised because it's been out for a while. I mean, I followed it for a minute, but I was like, it's probably, I don't know if it's ever going to catch traction. I mean, I would have bought one when it was like cheap, but I imagine they're probably like really expensive now.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
people
I'm like,
started buying
it's
it
not
for no
worth it.
reason.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
reason at all. Like maybe 2 weeks ago, like the CryptoPunk just started going up. And then I look at it, it turns out a lot of people didn't know there's a V2.
Hmm.
And then prices started going up. Like maybe 2 weeks, one week to 2 weeks ago, it just started out of nowhere. It started mooning.
Well, it wasn't the V2 actually like the original like CryptoPunks technically? I mean, they technically dropped before V1s or something. I don't know. There's something like weird about that whole story. Like there's a whole set of CryptoPunks that came out first, but Larva Labs launched theirs and they're supposed to be the official one. And we know them today as like the official one, but technically there's another collection that predated them. And it's like, which one's the original?
Yeah.
No, like there's that whole debate. So I don't know. That's a hot topic. I don't really care to be honest. I think CryptoPunks is cool. A little bit more less controversial typically than Bored Ape Yacht Club. Um,
A
You
lot
mean you mean
less.
you mean Bored
a
Ape
lot
Yacht
less.
Club, right?
Yeah. So that's a whole different topic, a whole different discussion.
Yeah,
Because
it is.
Word.
Yeah, it is.
some people haven't even seen the documentary or even know about it, especially in VeVe. They're like, "What do you mean?" And so we would have to do a whole new video, and what's your take on
Yeah.
that and all that stuff. But yeah, in case viewers didn't know, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, that somebody was had a whole documentary on like them possibly being racist and things like that. We won't get into all the opinions, but I am curious about all that. So yeah,
Fun stuff, man.
Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely. So, will Ninja Alerts track Immutable X one day or like layer twos? That's something I think VV people would be very interested in. Like you mentioned, whale tracking. I personally thought about doing something like that in the future, but I think it'd be better if Ninja Alerts would just integrate a tool like a Immutable X tracker where I can track like Ray Fixie or whatever, see what he's doing on VV.
Yeah.
I think that would be highly beneficial.
That's a great example I want to come back to later.
Yeah, and that would be like really big because when you get notified on your mobile device of a whale like Ray
Yeah.
Fixie or Dr. Profit or whoever, they're making moves and you can see that on the go. So I think that would be so beneficial for VV people. But
100%.
yeah, what do you think about all that?
Yeah, man, I think that's prime and key. I Trevor is not closed off to opening up to more like layer twos and even more chains. So I really think it depends on the volume. This is a personal opinion. Trevor didn't say this specifically, but like I think if Immutable X like kicks off, I don't see him not integrating it. I mean, I'm not a coder, so like I don't know like how difficult that would be, but I've straight up asked him about Immutable X, and he's not closed off to it. So this is like a very like possible thing, is to be able to track on VeVe soon, and that will change the game, man. I mean, like when you see
Oh
that,
man, yeah.
when you see that Batman Who Laughs pumping, and you get that notification on who bought it, you know, like you can buy immediately, and you know, and
Or like
so
low mints, and like when they're on sale, somebody floors a low mint. Like, man, that's like
yeah,
that. I mean, some of those plays you could make, thousands of dollars if you get in quick. I mean, it's
dude,
no
yeah, especially
different
if you know
than
who's buying, man. Like if again, like Ray Fixie, like I don't mean to pick on him, but like he obviously buys like hundreds of thousands of dollars in the on floors. You know, so if I see him buy that first item, I'll probably try to volume trade and like trade into that volume, buy one, wait for him to keep scooping, and then sell one after he's scooped.
and
You
he's
know,
just kind of like
just
the
like fun.
beginning. We may see celebrities get in here, just like what we're seeing with OpenSea and everything that's happening over there in macro NFT world. Is like when you see a celeb get in, some of them like are like super big into Web3 already, so they may tweet about it and say like, I just bought this NFT. So sometimes that's really good to get into something before that happens, And we know with
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you said, not to pick on Ray, but we all know Ray likes to tweet about his collectibles and like what he's got in his bag. So yeah,
He's
that
got
would be
money,
an
man.
amazing
If
feature.
he's buying something, he's really buying something.
So I do have a question for you. If Ninja List does start tracking Immutable, what top traders would you be looking to follow?
All the influencers, Ray Fixie, Dr. Profit, anybody that's has probably over like 1,000 collectibles, no, without a doubt. Like any of those would be really good. Yeah, just like you would see on like OpenSea, like the big whales, smart money, if you will, things like that. So
Yeah.
Mm, yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I know right now the they're trying to implement buy right now on Ninja Alert. So if you see whales buying, you could just hit that button and you could buy as well. But they did say the different other layers are in the future. They haven't
yeah,
given me a timeline or anything like that yet, but they did say it's in the future.
I'd be pumped for that. And right now, is it just on Ethereum? Is that what it mainly just layer one right now?
Yes.
Possibly. I would assume, maybe Solana. There's like so many NFTs over there now.
Yeah. Solana
Yeah.
kind of there's supposed to be a Solana summer, but that kind of died. It died real fast.
They are building a phone now. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We covered that in one of the episodes.
Good, bad, just 2 second quick take on that one. Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down, or thumb in the middle if you're like, not sure yet. What's your thoughts?
You
Chris,
got
go
it,
ahead.
Ken. You got it,
What was
Ken.
your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, just down. Okay, we got one down.
I
What
think
do-
it's too soon. I think it's too
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, yeah. I'm
They needed to wait.
Yeah, because I've been in the crypto space for a while, and I've seen a lot of like McAfee even try to put out his own crypto phone, and a lot of other different projects try to put out their crypto phones before. And they what the only issue they typically have is they don't have great marketing, and so they're unable to sell like a lot of devices there. So, and I think Elon Musk, like Tesla, is even coming out with their own phone. So I don't know. I think that the competition there is pretty fierce. Although I could see a Solana phone being popular just based on the hardcore usership over there. Like there's gamers. If you can capture gamers like in the hearts of gamers, and you build a good phone that's good for gaming and it's blockchain based, I think that's a big win. You could start there in that demographic and then grow your audience if it's marketed the correct way. But that's my initial thoughts on it. So, in my opinion, too early to say. I think you need a great marketing team to really pull that off, and that's my thoughts about it.
But I also don't know. So there's another phone coming out too that's integrating with blockchain technology. I don't remember who is releasing
I
it.
think it's HTC maybe.
Yeah, HTC. Ken and I talked about this a lot, but like I just don't know. It might be out there, but I don't know what type of integrations they can have that really makes it worth it. Because like we can have the wallets on our phone. The dApps are pretty smooth. I mean, like to be able to buy and sell on these platforms. So like, what can that phone do that like my iPhone can't do? Like what is that motive there to buy a new phone? I told Ken like if they're like not dumb expensive and maybe use them as burner phones, like literally straight for like trading and gaming. At that point, I don't even know why they're considered a phone. but like you know what I mean. Like it's kind of things are already. I mean, they're not easy, but once you're like involved with it, they're pretty easy. So like, what type of ease and like onboarding can they have that like regular phones can't do?
Yeah, I could see them like doing a couple special things there, like staking or if you're using your apps on your phone, you get like some kind of reward just for being active on there. Maybe something like that. I don't know. I mean, that's up to them and what they do, but what do you think, Ken?
No, I think the a ledger is more in a good position to build a phone, in my opinion, because again, they're known for building hardware, and we most of us use ledger on our cold wallets. So it just makes more sense for ledger to have a phone and have it be a secure wallet for your crypto, if it's possible. So that's why I really I really think ledger is in the best position to make it. Solana is not really known for having like physical hardware. So that's kind of, it seemed like it
That's
might
a
just fail like instantly.
that's a good point.
Uh,
That's a good point. I mean, and Ledger has like that trust. They have that brand recognition of
yeah.
security. Like
Yeah.
you haven't heard too many stories of like people's ledgers randomly getting hacked. Like they have a really reputable, trustworthy brand. And maybe that's what Solana needs to do is partner up with like a company like Trezor to go to market with something like that. I've noticed similar things with like iPhones even is like they partnered up with like the chip companies and then chip manufacturers and they're obviously now building their own chips, but before they did all that, they actually partnered with a bunch of hardware companies first. And if you're a geek like me, you know the hardware inside that chip. Or we've even seen like a Snap-on, which is another big brand. They're adding like Snap-on like things you can accessories for your iPhone. So it's like this like low key partnership, but by adding these like brands partnerships, you build in that trust factor. It's like why would I buy an Apple like flashlight or extension charger for my phone? But what Apple's done is like, no, we got Snap On, which is this huge, crazy, big brand that like, techie people have used for years. Kind of a smart little move there, but it's something that maybe Solana could do with their stuff in the future.
Yeah, that's a lot of great ideas, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's what we're all about, baby. We're all about ideas on this channel. But yeah, let's bring it back to Ninja Alerts. What are some other alpha maybe that we've missed there with Ninja Alerts that you guys could talk about there? Do you guys use it daily? Like, what's your kind of daily process with using Ninja Alerts? Do you just like wake up in the morning and look at your mobile? Because that's something we kind of glossed over. You can download it on your phone. Is that right?
Yes, you get as soon as Chris makes any move, I get a ping on my phone right away. So I know exactly what he does, what he buys. It's usually crap because he buys a lot of pump and dump tokens, but it's usually crap. But I get an alert right away on my phone. That's basically how I use it. And when after I check to see if anybody I know have made any moves, I check to see why they made that move. If it's a good play, if it's a DGM play, if they're just bored. Like some of these whales just get bored and just buy stuff. So I check my feed first. Then later on, when I'm ready to like start researching whatever NFTs are coming up, I generally use other tools in conjunction with this one, like NFT Nerds. I see what's currently minting. Then I go back to Ninja Alert, see if anybody notable is actually minting it as well. And other than the people that mint everything, like Sneaky Ninja Pants mints everything. Grape Dutch also mints everything. So if you're on Ninja Alerts, you're gonna see their name a lot every day. You're gonna see their name every single day. So I tend to go to Ninja Alerts, see who's minting whatever I plan to mint. Because right now it is in a free mint meta. Like in Ethereum, they're just giving out different projects or just here, get this for free. See if you can make money off of it. It's degen. There's no promises, no roadmaps, no discords, no community. Just buy this and see if you can make more money. That's all that's going on right now. So I generally see who's in it with Ninja Alerts, and it helps me out a lot, especially when people I know that are smart are hopping in. That tells me, yeah, it might be time for me to hop in as well
That's
or do a
dope.
little bit of
So, I
research.
mean, what's your other little stuff? Do you have like a notebook, a little like tiny notebook you keep with you? You write stuff down? Like, I'm curious, like, what's your little tricks too? Like, do you have any weird like little tricks like that? Because some people are like built that way. They carry like a little notepad around or something. I don't know. What do you have any like weird stuff you do like that?
You've been on our show, Kyle. You know we don't prep. Do we seem like the time to have notes and stuff? Nah,
Uh,
that's no. It's like,
so it's
this,
degen. It's degen or die right there.
yeah, pretty much, man. Other than that, I generally also visit different alpha groups, see if any of them are talking about whatever is coming up. If they are, generally is gonna make money. If they're not, if then nobody's heard about it, if you go on their Twitter and nobody you know is following them, chances are it's gonna go to zeros instantly. So those are basically it. Ninja alerts I just use to get pings when people I like or people I follow are buying something.
Yeah,
I
what's
mainly use it on my phone.
yeah, what's cool too is like the feature to let me pull it up here. Is when you click on a collection, I'm just gonna click on one on my screen here. You guys can't see it, but it gives you the option to like click on Etherscan so you can see it on the Block Explorer. Then you can click on OpenSea. The website looks rare. So there's like quick links to these NFTs as well, which is a real nice upgraded feature that Ninja Alert put in here. It helps streamlines like this whole research process, so you don't have to like go off and like look up where their website or like where it's at on Etherscan and the contract. So if you are techie and you do want to see the contract address, you can quickly click on that and go to Etherscan or click on the OpenSea link and go directly to where their listings are at. So I think it's super helpful in terms of that, and like definitely shortens the degen process, because before, like, I was having to go through and like look up everything manually, and it was frustrating. And like go to the OpenSea listing and check to see if that was the correct smart contract to make sure I wasn't getting scammed. Because that's been a big thing with the OpenSea in the past, is their search bar just a terrible search.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that you
yes,
would type
worse.
in the project you're trying to look for, the first like five options are scams, and then the original collection isn't even listed. It's like you have to go and search it, and then you can't even find it, and it's just a horrible. And they've upgraded it, I'm sure, since then, but
It's still
uh,
pretty trash.
it's still pretty trash. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it
great
is.
that Ninja
So
Alerts just have that built in. So
Ninja alerts actually filter scams to the best of their ability too. So like a lot of times, like if somebody's minting a scam, it actually won't show up on the Ninja alerts feed. And like you were saying, with that tab that kind of directs you to like all the different websites, I use that every single time I use Ninja alerts, because like it just saves me a step. Instead of going to OpenSea and hoping they have all the links there, I just click on Ninja alerts and then I go to the website. Or if it's a degen mint, it has the Etherscan, so I just go to Etherscan and mint it, opposed to like having to like go find the project on Etherscan. So yeah, I use that all the time.
so
Yeah,
Chris,
and
oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, and the cool thing they just added is that they show you now the floor price, the sales, the total volume, the ownership. Because I can see that right now, because Bitcoin is kind of trending right now. It literally is 2 ETH floor. Yeah, that's just one thing they just added, where you could see the floors and everything on there
Yeah.
without having to go OpenSea or go to the website or try to do more research. It shows you right there, and just the next step is to buy it right there as well. And
Boom, buy it
just
right there. Just
yes,
mm. Yeah, man, I'm gonna love that feature. That's just money right there. Just boom,
Yeah.
click mint. Give me that NFT. Try to beat those other
give
whales and
me
other
that
people.
Bitcoin.
We need to get you on the influencers, Kyle. That way anytime you're doing something, we can see it pop up.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be
Chance,
dope.
yeah.
I could watch myself on there. That'd be wild. But Chris, I'm interested. Do you have any like weird alpha tricks that you do? Like, Kitty D said he goes to alpha groups. That I think that's a trick right there. Like, going checking the mobile device, going to the alpha groups. Like, is there like, do you have any tricks like that? You like look at
Yeah, for
socials,
sure.
or what's kind of your list of things that you do?
Yeah, so Discord alpha groups is probably like the biggest, So like he's already said that. I usually go check the Twitter to see if it's a bot account, like if it's a paid for account or if it's a legit account. and then I go further and I look at the interaction of the individual tweets. So like even if it is a paid account, but they have good interaction consistently, then that's kind of a good sign that there's actually genuine hype behind the project. But if the project has like 50,000 followers and they get like 10 likes per tweet that's shilling their project and like a couple comments that look like they're botted, then it usually, to me, that's a red flag of like, unless I'm way too early to this, it's probably not going to take off. But like I said, if I see something that has a lot of like foundation behind it, then I usually like that's a more bullish sign for me that the project could do well. And then trying to find like if that project is linked with any other, like Ken and I are both whitelisted, although like I haven't heard about it in a while, for 9gag's land, his meme land sale. So yeah,
It's
so
gonna be
like
a big cook, man.
it will
It's
be
gonna be
a
a
big
big
cook.
cook.
Yeah, how do I get on
Yeah.
that? How do I get on that list? Hook it up, man.
Bro, I got that like 2 months ago from actually from Ken's Alpha. That, you know, we were in a, that's another thing, although this does require money. If you could just like buy like the lowest tier NFT of some of these projects, it can get you free giveaways. Like I got this meme land allow list, which I really think is going to be a cook by owning a gutter clone that I paid like 0.2 for. And I think the floor is down a little bit, but you know, so that got me into the Gutter Cats ecosystem, which is a pretty great project. So just by doing that, I was able to get something that's worth more, and I feel like it's going to pay for that gutter clone and more, because I'm not bag holding this meme land. I'm flipping that thing like crazy. But my whole point of saying that was, you know, finding out that, and it's not a secret, but like meme land's connected to 9gag. 9gag is huge on social medias, you know, so there's a lot of traction behind that. So like being able to follow that volume is, I usually try to volume play. If I'm not holding something for a while and I'm not really excited about like the entirety of the roadmap, I usually try to volume play, and I usually try to see like, do these people actually like understand the culture, for lack of words? Like Kevin Hart, dude. Did you see that, Kyle?
No, huh? I saw you try. I saw you try to drop his own NFT project.
Yeah,
and then so did
yeah,
Chris.
man.
Chris Brown, I think, did too. I know Chris Brown
Yeah.
flopped a big time. Like, was it the
Well,
Breezy
I mean,
verse?
Chris Brown really flopped, but yeah, like Ken was trying to show me the other project, like
Was
hard. He's
that?
like, dude, look at this art. You know, like this is worth.
I like Kevin Hart,
you know?
man. I like Kevin.
But,
I would.
I like Kevin Hart, but the problem was,
If I'm getting a free ticket to a show, give me that NFT.
Heck yeah, man. But 1 week he's like, hey, I'm new to NFTs. And the next week he's like, I'm dropping my own NFT project. And this dude drops a collection of himself in different,
I think that's funny though. I think that's funny. I think that's funny. Like,
I guess it's memeable, but like,
yeah, it's
like, there's no way that was gonna be a cook.
See, I think long term it failed so bad that I think long term he'll actually do good because of that. I think I think it's gonna be like one of those funny memes. Like it's like, oh, it's so bad, but like I don't know. I think he could easily add in utility there, like, you know, half off of his, you know, shows or whatever.
The roadmap's already there, and it's actually not bad. He's gonna drop he's gonna drop in real life collectibles, which I think are also of himself, and he's gonna have like I think he's gonna have like online conferences like with him, and I do think it's gonna be something to do with the shows, and he's gonna have more airdrops. So like he has like a plan, but man, my point saying that too is a lot of these projects, I don't know if this was Kevin Hart's intention, but they just scream cash grab. They scream like, oh, I just found this space, and I found out that I can make money in it. So what should I do? And usually what they do is they drop this random BS collection that's usually 10K, and the mint price is like usually like 0.2 or higher, and there's no real utility. You know, it's just like there's a lot of signs that's kind of like, okay, even if this is like a big name, that doesn't mean it's going to cook. And I think Kevin Hart is a recent example of that.
Yeah, I think
it used to be though. Like before, like last year, like when any celebrities hops in, we get tricked into thinking, oh, they had 2 million followers, so it's for sure gonna blow up. It's for sure. So we all go into it not knowing that we are. It's only us that's gonna buy it, and yeah, we kind of got a little smarter about that now. I mean, Chris Brown has has been involved with so many projects, so it's
Yes, yeah,
kind of inevitable for him to start flopping now because
yeah.
he dropped like 3 last week. So
So one celebrity I think that's doing it right, and they're super like really good business minded in my opinion, is Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, for sure.
Snoop Dogg has just turned up in the NFT space big time. I mean, Gala Games, he's dropping his own records on the blockchain. Like the
yes,
man, I mean, he did all that stuff like around the Super Bowl too last year. Like, dude was on in the halftime show in Gala Games, like dropping NFT. I'm like, this guy is everywhere. Like, super
yes.
smart guy. Like, you wouldn't think you're like, oh, he's just a rapper. I'm like, no, this guy is like, he's a marketing. I think he's doing great, and I'm happy to see.
Plugged, man. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
clearly plugged in the space. So like that's
yeah,
Yes,
he
he
gets
is.
it. He gets it.
him and like Shillers.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah.
It's like
I
we all
mean,
know of him like
like
smoking a
he has like a
doob,
rec
but like,
guy
bro, is
pimmy.
smart. Yeah.
You saw him and Eminem's collab with their Bored Apes, that video.
No, I didn't see that,
Bro, they
but
dropped a music video. They dropped a music video together, like
oh yeah,
Snoop
that's
Dogg and
right.
Eminem,
NFT
and
NYC.
they use their Bored Apes like in the video.
Yeah, so I'm more bullish on Snoop than I am on Bored Ape Yacht Club, to be honest. Like, I'll follow what Snoop's doing, honestly. Like, you
Yeah,
know, yeah, yeah. So, like, who are you? Like, is there any other celebrities you guys are watching and trying to look out for in the NFT space, or that could be potentially be like a Snoop Dogg? I think Aoki, we all know him as like the top signal. Like,
absolutely. Yeah,
I don't think that's the case with Snoop Dogg. Snoop's almost like, look, wait a minute. Like, what is he doing? Like, I might want to get in on that. But Aoki's kind of like, oh, he bought it. Like, it's time to get out. Like, what are some celebrities you see that could be potentially both like on Snoop Dogg's side or like the Aoki side? Just because I think people may want to follow them on with Ninja Alerts, possibly.
other than Gary V, um,
Is he exit though? Is he like top signal
Gary
alert
V.
or?
I
He just buys
mean,
up. like he's not really a top signal, but like he'll just buy a lot of something random. You know, like
I like to follow his tweets. That's one thing I do. So I'll follow his tweets because he usually tweets out some alpha or something like that, or he's looking at something, and so I do look out for that still for sure. What else? What
somebody
else?
else, I think Ja Rule
Ja
is.
Rule, yeah,
He's been like since he's almost been in the space for almost a year now. So he's been in like gradually getting more and more known for being in the space. So because I think he had a Cyber Kong a while back, he has a Gutter Cat. Like he's dropped a few things on his way. So I
yeah.
think Ja Rule is also he's getting there.
He's in it,
I
man.
don't think.
Yeah, Ja Rule's been in way early.
yeah,
Yeah, Aoki though, I don't think he's gonna be as much as a top signal moving forward. I think
Yeah,
he's
I think he
got
learned his
more work
lesson.
to
You
do.
think?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. He was he's
yeah.
not just buying like super degen plays anymore, probably. Well, he's got his own marketplace with Todd McFarlane, so that's another thing. Is like people I think are gonna pay attention to that more closely. You know, with him working with one of the all time comic book cover artists
I didn't know
and
that. That's cool,
collectors of
bro.
our time. Yeah, Todd McFarlane. So it's with
Did you see that?
Oddkey.
Did you see I secured Todd McFarlane Batman.eth?
No, did you
Oh
really?
my
Yeah, I did.
god.
Dang, that's
So if
ice
you'd like to go
cold.
buy that, just check out my MOBA.
Yeah, I saw
But yeah, man.
somebody secured Todd 423, which is this comic book cover.
Oh, that's cool.
So I saw somebody secured that one as well. It is interesting. I'm like, man, the VeVe fans are going hard up in here on the Todd stuff. So
MC1.eth was available, dude. I gave that and some people that asked the other day. If VeVe integrations ever happen with ENS, or if comics ever integrate with ENS, like I think some of those can be rippers.
yeah,
But
what's
it's
his
highly speculative.
Sanjay purchased MC1 SR, I think.
Mr. MC1.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he did
I sent
that.
him though. I sent him the MC1 was available, but it was like
Yeah,
3 digits are expensive, dude. It's like 0.58 ETH just a minute.
yeah,
So
man.
yeah.
So is there any other ENS that you guys are watching? Are you bullish on it, Kennedy? ENS
Oh,
or
very, very,
yeah.
very bullish. I've been bullish. I did a video on my YouTube before Ninja Alerts, like almost a year ago. I was super bullish about it. I was telling people to go get one. Like when I did it, there was so many available. Like if you like a bunch of the dictionary words were available. I got gutter.eth because I was in the gutter cat gang. So a lot of people know me as gutter. So I was telling people, just get ENS, ENS. People just kept fading it. Just kept fading it. Like my Twitter name was gutter.eth for almost a year. Like I just kept preaching, get ENS. And then ENS airdropped everybody thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
5 figures. Then people started really looking into
I wish I bought
ENSs.
more, man. I'm like, man, I wish I bought more domains now. I wish I bought like 50 of them, man. I'm
Me
retired off
too,
the ENS.
man. Me
Yeah.
too, man. But I didn't think it was gonna be this fast
I
though,
didn't
because
either.
I
Yeah.
come from .com flipping background, so it doesn't really work that fast. So I thought it was gonna we're like years away. I thought some of the ones that already got registered are gonna expire, and then we're gonna come back to it. But then it just blew up after that
Same,
airdrop.
same.
Everything is gone. Now people have different cults in ENS, like the 10K club, the 999 club, the Arabic club. There's so many different things now. And it feels like when the market is down for Ethereum, people always goes back to ENS. They find a new club and they just start flipping it. Like I bought Thailand 999, which
And it is a DAO, right? ENS is a DAO, right?
yes, ENS DAO, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
ENS
yeah.
tokens.
Did you guys? So I'm
Do you want to
assuming.
explain to the viewers like just a basic ENS debrief?
Oh yeah, ENS is just like all of our names right here on the screen. It's KaiWilson.eth, ChrisCoffee.eth, OXKennedy.eth. So yeah, it's just a web address, but it has a lot of extra utility. I'll let Kennedy because he did ENS like last year, but in terms of like the DAO and like they've had this cool like constitutional DAO that if you bought like a domain from ENS, like you got into that like constitution and your name's in there. And I thought that was so cool, man. And yeah, so anyways, Kennedy, man, could you explain what ENS is?
ENS is pretty much a Ethereum address for me. I mean, you could do a bunch of things with it. You could add your domain to it. You could have it point to your .com domain or wherever you want. But for me, it's basically a ENS address. So you know how your current ETH address on your wallet address is OX, a whole long string of numbers. With ENS, you could just make it whatever you want. Like instead of going on let's say MetaMask or OpenSea, or if you want to transfer an NFT, instead of typing OX, the long string of numbers, you could just type ChrisCoffee.eth and it goes to him. It
You
flips it
should.
into the
You should definitely send whatever there.
Send me one Bitcoin to you can test one Bitcoin on my name and send it to
Make
KaiWilson.eth.
sure it's wrapped. Make sure it's wrapped.
right
That's
Bitcoin.
two L's in my last name. No, yeah,
You
yeah.
can
Make sure it's wrapped.
you can send well because like it's
Yeah, Bitcoin
ERC
can go to
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ERC
yeah.
20. So like you can send OMI, somebody wants to send you OMI to
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
ChrisCoffee.eth. Yeah, just
So yeah, so it's got to be on that ETH network for sure.
yeah,
Layer
that's what I
one.
said. Make sure it's
Yes.
wrapped.
Right
Yeah.
Bitcoin goes to is .eth also. So yeah, just send it my way, not Chris's way. I'm sorry I said Chris. OXKennedy.eth.
Just send Chris a coffee, an Ethereum coffee,
Yes.
wrapped coffee.
Yeah, we need some coffee tokens, Chris.
And
Where
okay,
they at?
for the record too, like again, I know there's a lot of probably a lot of VeVe viewers viewing this. Like this could come into play even next year at this time because like if VeVe is interoperable and allowed on Immutable X, and then you can withdraw that to your wallet, you can bridge that to layer one, which on layer one you can then list that as anything. You can list it on OpenSea, X2, Y2, looks rare, whatever. So like there's a possibility that we'll be sending collectibles and comics back and forth via ENSs. So again,
Come on,
I was like,
talk to
hey,
me.
yeah, man. So if I was like, hey, Kyle, you want to slide me a Todd real quick? Because like Kyle's probably got like 100. Instead of me being like, here's my address, OXE4894, whatever, I could be like, just send it to ChrisCoffee.eth, and then boom, I
Boom.
send ChrisCoffee.eth, and I get it. And then there's
Yeah.
also a lot of other like possibilities with the ENS future. more utility to come. And I mean, look at what people spent on the .com era. Look at what people spent on gamer tags. You know, like how hard was it? I know we're all gamers here. Like how hard was it to find like that gamer tag that was just like you identified with? You know, people purchased them from other people because like they wanted those certain gamer tags so much. And same thing with Twitter handles. There's certain Twitter handles that people have paid a premium for. So this is kind of like that in my opinion, but it's transactional and it's got more utility possibly to come. So I'm bullish on the future of it. I wish Ken would have told me about it sooner.
I did.
Man, what's up with
That's not an
that?
inside joke. I told him and he faded it heavy. Like I told him about the 10K club because I was mad that I missed it. I've been in ENS for almost a year and I missed the numbering. And I told him when it popped up, I told Chris, "Oh, this is a cook. This is gonna be a future." He was like, "No, it's just a fad. It's just a fad." I listened to this guy, man. I shouldn't have listened to this guy because then it went down to 0.5 Ethereum, and then it just shot up now to like 2 Ethereum minimum to get into the 10K club now, which is 0 all the way up to 9999. So 4-digit letters, numbers in that ETH. It's expensive now. 3999 is even more. It's like 30 ETH minimum to get into the 999 club. So it's crazy how people are getting more and more creative with ENSs. It's just numbers and names, and people get super creative with them. Like I remember when emojis was a fad a little while ago, where you have cool emojis that went off. Now it's just different country numbers, so it's not real like numerical numbers. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a little warning triangle next to them.
What about all these other like domain stuff going on? I see unstoppable domains, but I also see like Yat has been around for a little bit. What about all those? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm bullish on Yad as well. I wish they would have done an airdrop. I'm hoping they do an airdrop, but I've had my Yads for a while because I saw the vision because as the younger generation speak in strictly in emojis. And yeah, is basically your identity is this strings of emojis and it goes to a website, which I really like that, but they haven't really been innovating as much as let's say ENS or I also saw unstoppable domains, but I don't see a future with that because I think when you buy your domain, you have it forever, right? So there's not really an expiration and it's expensive. So it's not you could just sit on something forever, which is not the same case with ENS, which makes it a little bit more like I'm waiting for a few things to expire right now so I could go grab them. With Unstoppable, it's not really you can't really
There's no
create a market
game.
around that. Yes.
Yeah, it is interesting. I see them like creating more like sub or like more domain handles or whatever, like .x. I do like that one. That's one I am bullish on is .x. So up until they didn't have that, I wasn't as excited, but when they introduced .x, I was like, ooh, I kind of like that one. But yeah, anyways, Chris, what's your thoughts?
I think that's a good like fight against like ENSs. I think ultimately like if Ethereum 2.0 goes smooth and ETH continues to be the second largest crypto in all the market, then it just makes sense that ENSs would be the most used and the most valuable. So like, you know, I feel like the common, for lack of better words, FUD, but I mean, rightfully so against ENSs is like, well, I'll just go get a dot sol or I'll go get a dot BTC or whatever. But like, if ETH continues to have the highest volume amongst all other crypto besides Bitcoin and is the most transactional value, and then ETH 2.0 is smooth, I just don't see ENS as not having a solid. I feel like they have the best chance out of any other. I do have Yat as well, and I'm with Ken. I'm pretty bullish on that. I think they even dropped their own NFT project, and I don't really think it cooked or anything. It was kind of anticlimactic. An airdrop would be sick. I need to use my Yat more often. I kind of just have it and don't use it. So I definitely need to like go like edit it and use it more. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. There's other ones out there. I think the only way ETH will not be superior is if like 2.0 just gets botched or like somebody or another chain just so happens to do things significantly better than ETH. But I mean, right now, like ETH is king on the blockchain as far besides Bitcoin. So
Just a quick news update. Nike.eth just got bought yesterday for 60 ETH.
I saw that.
Starbucks.eth
That's
also
cheap.
just got bought for 50.
That's it. I would have sold it for 100, man. With ETH being down right now, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna need at least 100, at least
That's
like
cheap.
minimum.
Coke got bought for 40. Coke one.
40? That's so
Yeah.
cheap. That's so
I
cheap.
know.
Yeah.
What is 40 ETH right now? Anyways, like that can't 40 grand.
40,000 basically.
That's so little.
Yeah,
They would have
yeah.
bought that
Yeah.
for like half a mil probably easy.
It's
Yeah, that'd
crazy.
be. I think that could be great, man. Yeah.
But whatever, I get it. Like people wanted to get that liquidity probably, or they probably
Yeah.
needed
I
it,
think I
but
know the owner, the person that sold those to the Starbucks and the Coke one. I
dang.
See
remember
Gutter.
somebody else. Yeah, Bloom
Nice.
Capital. He's been bullish on ENSs for a very long time. He had a whole bunch of brand names. I think Starbucks and Coke might have been one of his as well.
Dang, dude,
50
that's
ETH right now is pretty good, man. I mean, they
50.
could have got more,
It's
of
all right.
course.
I mean, it's all right, but
Mhm.
I would have sold it for half a mil at least.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
me. That's me. That,
Nike.eth.
Nike, dude, that's one of the biggest brands in the world. You know, I'm like, I don't
Coke
know.
is the biggest brand in
They can afford half a mil for a
Yeah,
domain.
they
You know what I
can.
mean? So,
And
Yeah.
um,
they're oh, and another thing, they're into NFTs as well, like Coke is for
that's
sure.
what I'm
And I think even
saying.
And
I think even
Nike.
Starbucks, yeah, Nike and Starbucks. So like that's actually kind of crazy because like you could speculate that some Web2 companies will never get into NFTs, but like all of those named are already in NFTs. So like why would they not want something with transactional value of their NFTs?
That's a good payday, though. Nonetheless, it reminds
You
me
know what's
of.
crazy? Oh, go.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't really think Nike bought this. So somebody else is probably gonna be trying to flip it to Nike at the end of the
Oh yeah,
day.
Yeah, this all reminds me of. I don't know if you heard Non Fungible Wonderful's song about ENS. I
I
know, Chris.
haven't. No,
You haven't, Chris? What?
I've listened to all. I've listened to probably all this stuff, so I probably heard it like in the background, but like
Yeah.
didn't like think about it.
No, yeah, he has got an ENS track on his album called Non Fungible. It's really cool, man. Yeah, that's one of the tracks. It's like ENS. That's an airdrop. That's a stimulus, and he's like just raps about ENS, dude.
That's cool.
It's
It's
sick. It's sick.
It's ironic because I randomly checked for non-fungible wonderful the other
Hmm.
day and it wasn't taken.
Oh, non
Really?
fungible.
Yeah, non-fungible wonderful. Like
Oh yeah,
that's his like Twitter handle, right? Or like
yeah.
I just like randomly typed it in and it said
He
it wasn't taken. I
he
didn't even mention it.
usually, I think he's got a couple ENSs, but I think he goes by like Pineapple Gang, or he goes by something like that, or NFW.E or something. I don't know what he does,
Still might
but
secure those, man. I went ahead and secured my name, my
yeah, I got my name right away.
Web3 name, my shop's name, my coffee shop.
I got Kyle
Got all of that.
Wilson. I got my name. I got VV Art Show, and I think those were the two ones I grabbed like off the bat.
Nice.
So
Like I said, I started doing some VV comics and collectibles just in case, man. Man, like my thing with that, and I don't want to like, we don't have to spend a ton of time on this, but like so many people identify with their profile pictures. So like, why would they not also want the ENS to the identity of their profile picture? Like for instance, like Sanjay, he mainly right now I recognize him as like he collects Marvel Comics #1. So why would he not want like MC1 as his username that pops up? Does that make sense? Or like if somebody has a whatever random collectible, I bought Death Bunny the other day, deathbunny.eth, and because a lot of people will have the Death Bunnies from Tristan Eaton as their PFPs. So like it would make sense to me that they would want to pay some for it eventually in the future if they use if they actually use ENSs.
yeah, I could see ENS doing like you can just slide over your NFT associated with your ENS handle. So like Kyle Wilson.eth would just be like my Neo Tokyo NFT like associated with that. I think that would be cool. I think that would add on some
Yeah.
utility. So I think
Yeah.
Unstoppable's kind of doing some cool stuff on that end. I do see them innovating. I'm on their email list, and they'll update me every once in a while. But they're doing like what's called badges. So like, say if you created an NFT, you can reward your users badges if you have like if you do certain activities like on that domain. I don't know what exactly or the details specifically, but it's something cool like that. You get a little badge interacting with that NFT creator's domain. So they're kind of attaching NFTs to the domain. So I thought that was really cool, and then obviously I hope ENS does kind of follow suit in that kind of area as well. Yeah. I think. I mean, I bought KyleWilson.x. Right when I could, right when it came out, I was waiting. I was waiting for that to come out, and I could see that because that's like to me as an old crypto dude just represents like blockchain, right? .x is like all blockchain, everything transaction. It represents all of that. So I don't know that domain to me is cool. But you do have a good point, Kennedy, on the whole like domains don't expire. So how are they going to create like a marketplace? How are are people just going to flip
Yeah.
domains? Like, is it going to be like NFTs where people are just going to have to list them and see what happens? So I don't know. That's a good point though.
Yeah, with Ethereum, that ETH, you could just list them, and also it expires as well. So it has that domain, factor to it. Like if you were coming from .com era, it's gonna expire, then you're gonna try to get it. But with when it's unstoppable, it's like, bro, I can never get that if I unless I'm really willing to offer you a lot of money for it. If you're not like selling it, if you're not flipping it, it's not gonna expire, you're never gonna forget about it because you own it for life.
I
So
like that
it's
though.
very
I do like that though, because I don't know. Like I've been in the domain world a while too, like just traditional, and that was always like my hugest pain point is trying to remember your renewals or you have to set them to renew. I always got
yeah.
annoyed by that. But yeah, if you're like an opportunist and you're like waiting for it to expire, that's good for you because you can just put it on your list and watch it and wait for it to expire. So that is definitely a win in that sense.
That's part of the game, domain flipping. That's that's part of the game. You put it on your calendar. I have a few
Yeah.
things on my calendar that are gonna expire, but I think like people with a lot of money are gonna take it because in Ethereum when it
Yeah.
expires, it goes to like auction. So it starts from like 1,000 ETH all the way down until it really expires. So if you have more money and you really want it, you're gonna pay a little bit more. So the things I'm looking at that are gonna expire, I'm sure it's not gonna get to my price range before they go. Because you guys know the word too. It's very. If I could get this, oh my
What is it?
god, I'm
Give us
not
the
gonna
alpha.
tell
What is it?
you. I'm not telling
What he
you.
said, what is it? And all the
I'm not
viewers
telling
would hear
you.
it.
But I'm sure they're not gonna. People are not gonna let this hit the ground because if it does, that's an instant house right there. Like the word, you guys have used the word already on this chat without knowing
Oh,
it, and
okay. I'll just go
it's
back
about
and
to.
I'll just go back and write all the transcript of all the words that we used and then search them all
Oh,
and as ENSs tonight and see which one's
it's a
close to
big word.
expiring.
It's a very big word.
Okay.
I'm
Someone else
not.
used it then, not
Uh,
me.
no, I'm not gonna go back and look. I'm too lazy for that. But I know viewers out there will they'll be like getting all their like notes out and doing the whole transcript thing too.
They're not
But
gonna figure
Ken
it out
pulled
though.
out his notepad for this. He said he didn't have a notepad. This man has a notepad for his ENSs.
No, I have it on my calendar. I have it like ready when it expire, when it's gonna expire, when it gets close to my price range. It already expired. It's just if it's gonna get to my price range, I'm willing to pay for it. But I'm sure a lot of people will be too, because
yep.
it's a very, very big one. Can't say
Cool.
too much about it though.
Well, with all that being said, I think we're coming up close to an hour. Man, it's been a pleasure to have both of you on. Bringing it back full circle. Ninja alerts. Where can people find it? Where can people get it? How do they get it? Is it an NFT? Tell us about that before we close out here.
Yeah, so I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning, but we are actually going to give away a 6-month free trial to somebody who will post the instructions after this video on how to do so. But it's going to be somebody who has interacted with this channel for sure. Ninja Alerts is an NFT that you can buy on any marketplace, and once you buy it, that NFT grants you lifetime access to be able to use the app, to be able to use all the features that we've talked about previously on the show. So I mean that pretty much sums it up. But also, again, somebody will who's watching this, who's interacted this, will get a free 6-month free trial that will give you everything that we just named for 6 months.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like pings to your phone, everything. Every time Chris buys his pump and dump, it goes right to your phone, it alerts you right away. Like, ping, Chris just bought some crap. Go check
Some
it out.
trash, bro. I almost bought some real trash last night, but that's for another day, another time.
Yeah. So, but you have to go. You can. Is it kind of like you said, 6-month trial for free? But like, is there like a monthly plan now, or do you go to OpenSea and buy the NFT? I'll have a link in the description below. But
Yeah, I think it's still just the NFT grants you lifetime access. I'm not sure if they're still going to eventually implement a monthly thing.
They
I know
are gonna implement
originally
one.
it was like going to be like this much a month gets you access to the app, and they probably will do that as well. Right now, it's just the NFT grants you lifetime access though.
Dope. Well, gentlemen, you know where I guess we know where to find you because we got your Ethereum addresses thrown up here on the screen. But in terms of Twitter, where can we find both of you?
You can find me on 0x_Kennedy_ on Twitter, and all my socials on Instagram as well.
Boom. Chris, what about you?
I am Chris Coffee ETH on Twitter, Chris Coffee and Crypto on YouTube, and yeah, that's pretty much my two mains that I'm on.
Awesome. And that's it, man. That's all we got for this one. Thank you so much for watching. And once again, thank you guys for joining here today on the channel. But as always, we'll see you in the next video at the blockchain. Be like an NFT, be authentic, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace.